Okay, so in this tutorial, I'll be going over how to learn how to play as Dante. At least how to manage his styles, weapons, and guns more or less, not efficiently, but just going through his weapons and giving you a better understanding on how you're supposed to go about learning them. So, I noticed a lot of people, they'll ask about like combo setups, and I'm trying to learn Dante, so can you show me how to do a combo? And while that's all well and good, that will just teach you how to do a combo. It doesn't really like give you much as far as like how do I just learn the character in general, because you're not really learning their moves. You're more or less just learning a specific strings that, in the grand scheme of things, will only help just branching off of that combo, and it will give you some sense of like how to do things, like maybe in the air, maybe some ground combos, depending on like what you want to do. But like as far as using the character, there's a lot that you can just do with his moves in general, because they're really good for movement. They're so, oh man, like the movement in this game for Dante is ridiculous. But he, like, first you want to start with just familiarizing yourself with a set weapon and a set gun and a set style. And if you are well beyond this point, then you can go ahead and start like getting a layout that you are really comfortable with. But if you're still like trying to pass that hurdle of how I'm supposed to manage my weapons, then like I will try to explain as best as possible. So, for beginners, if you're just learning Dante, you're not really familiar with the mechanics of just weapon switching or style switching. What I recommend is that you just start off with a preferred weapon layout. Say if you want to just learn Balrog because you think it's cool, and you want to learn the shotgun or Coyote because like you just like want a little bit of knockback or something. Then you can just play around with this setup and play around with a style that you think that suits you the best. Say if you just want to stick with Swordmaster, you can stick with Swordmaster and then just do combos and like just learn your weapon and learn your moves and go through your move list and see what they do. Once you are familiar with this, like once you just start getting familiar with Swordmaster and saying, hey, understand these moves now, I know what they do. Then you can start moving to a different style. So say like I'm attacking. Oh, there's an enemy that's gonna attack me. I'm gonna move away, and it's really good for movement too. Because if the enemy is like way over yonder, I can just use Trickster, to just approach the enemy, and then I can switch to Swordmaster, pummel the enemy, and just back away because I got Swordmaster and Flint Wheel, and then approach the enemy. Attack, and when like you used to that, then after that you can probably just start like switching through your weapons too, and maybe add in even one more style. So say like I want to learn Gunslinger, like I'm trying to integrate Gunslinger. I'm trying to learn not really learn, but just learn how to use Gunslinger in general. Go through Gunslinger styles. And just figure out what what moves that you like, or what moves are useful for you, and just play around with them. Say if like you just want to just learn like you figured out, oh well, backslide is not really useful for me just approaching the enemy. Can I turn around? Okay, all right, yeah, I can turn around, and just mess around with your moves and make sure that you understand what they do, and of course like how to do them. Like say with Honeycomb Fire, like it's the same thing as I talked about in my previous tutorial with Nero, with Caliber and Shuffle. It's inputted the same way, back, forward, but instead of pressing melee, you press the style button, which is circle for me. And again, it's as lenient as Caliber and Shuffle. So say now, like, you got all your weapons, all your styles that you're familiar with, and you're not really quite there at understanding how to really use them, but you understand what, like, you understand how to do your moves. Well, at that point, once when you understand how to do them, this is something that was brought to my attention by a friend. This was something that was brought to my attention from a friend of mine, but he recommended me when I was trying to learn keyboard with Dante, because like I felt the need to learn keyboard, but I eventually switched back to gamepad. What he recommended me to do is that instead of moving by walking or running or even jumping, moving around only with my moves. So that means Trickster, that means Gunslinger, that means Swordmaster. If I have a move that utilizes movement with Swordmaster, but just move around only with my moves. And because of that, that's like it basically builds a connection between you and basically like how do I use my moves effectively and with movement. And once when you are able to just do this, it really like helps you understand the character as far as movement, because you can actually use your moves to avoid enemies, to avoid taking damage from something. Because say if I'm in the air, and say if I have Trickster and I use up all my dashes, right? So I can jump and then use dive kick to just go away, like get away out of the bad situation that it was about to occur. So what I recommend personally is either go to a mission or just go to Void and just play around with just moving around with your moves. You're not allowed to jump. You're not allowed to you can roll. You can roll. You're not allowed to jump or double jump, and you're not allowed to walk. Also, when you use your moves, try not to repeat your moves. So just basically just move around in a level. Try to move around through a mission without running, walking, or jumping. If you have if you have a layout that doesn't allow for, I guess, double jumps, then try using Trickster. If you can't use Trickster in certain circumstances, there's There is Cavalier, which has I forgot the name of the move. It's a move where he does a backflip with the weapon, which has really good height for Swordmaster. Like you just use it by pressing back style while holding lock on, and that's pretty good for like it's pretty good for like a jump, because it sends you pretty high. But like I said, just go through a mission. If you're still having problems with just understanding what Dante's moves can do as far as movement, just go around, just move around with your weapons, and try not to repeat yourself, because it'll help bridge connections between yourself and just knowing how to use his moves. But anyway, this will probably be part 1 of this tutorial. I might go over with another tutorial, or I might actually show an example at the end of the video. But if you have any other questions or anything that you want to learn in general, feel free to just comment below in the comment section. I'll also post my mods setup in the description, and as well as like any music, of course. But if you like this video, then I appreciate your support, and I will see you all next time.
Looks like I overslept.